So recently, I've been coming across a lot of mental health posts on social media, such as Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and I've just been wondering, what is mental health? Could you please explain it to me?
Sure. So, in a nutshell, mental health is about the day in, day out state of our emotional, psychological, and social well being. But unfortunately, we tend to neglect our mental health and brush it aside until it snowballs into a more serious problem and even a mental health disorder in some cases.
Wow, okay. Could you please explain what is a mental health disorder and what kind of different mental health disorders are there?
So, everybody experiences mental health issues. But for some people, they might have a mental health disorder genetically, or for some people, they might develop mental health disorders over time. So there are about five categories of mental health disorders, I would say. The first one is mood disorders like depression and bipolar, where you can be really happy one moment and extremely sad the next. And this can actually start interrupting your day to day life and your ability to complete simple tasks. There's also psychotic disorders like schizophrenia, where you can hallucinate. There's body disorders like anorexia and body dysmorphia, which affects the way that you look at yourself physically and ultimately affects how you psychologically perceive yourself. There are also cognitive disorders, which are issues relating to learning difficulties, Alzheimer's, and things like this. And then the final, perhaps most common area of mental health disorders is anxiety, which includes things like social anxiety and OCD, which stands for obsessive compulsive disorder. So this could be, for example, obsessively cleaning because you feel as though if you don't clean, you're being lazy or you feel like you can't be productive. So that's kind of the five different categories of mental health disorders that I think are out there at the moment.
Wow, that's very interesting. And I do think that I have social anxiety because whenever I go out, I tend to get very nervous and sweaty. So, for someone like me and for other people that may have other mental health disorders, what can we do to improve our mental health?
Well, depending on what you think you're struggling with, there are loads of different techniques and specific things that you can do to tackle them. So, for example, have you seen fidget toys recently on social media?
Yeah, I have.
So, fidget toys are a really good way to just manage your anxiety. So, for example, my little sister loves using fidget toys when she's speaking or when she's thinking about something that's making her feel stressed out. It's just a way of physically releasing some of the energy that you have built up inside of you because of your anxiety.
Wow, that's amazing. I think I'm going to have to buy one.
Definitely, I would recommend it. But apart from more specific things that you can do, I have some general advice. I think that we really have to take care of our physical health, meaning exercising and eating and drinking the right foods and lots of water. We also have to make sure that we're spending time with our friends and families and that we take time for ourselves. I personally love meditating as this is me time, and I also like doing self care activities like putting on a mask and going to the salon to look and feel good. I would really recommend that you spend a lot of me time and do a self care activity that you care about. What activity would you do?
I think I would do meditating, but I'm not too sure how to do it. Could you please explain to me how I could meditate?
Sure, there are loads of useful apps that you could use that gives you tips and techniques on how to meditate. One that I use is Balance, and it teaches me how to use breathing techniques to manage my stress. For example, by breathing in for 4 seconds, holding my breath for 7 seconds, and breathing out for 8 seconds, which is called the 4-7-8 technique. You should definitely try that.
Amazing. I will definitely try that. Thank you.
So, I've been really worried about my physical health lately and think that I need to have a far better routine. What do you think are the most important things that I should do to have good physical health?
That's a great question. I think it's a combination of things. You need to make sure that you're eating healthily. That means lots of fruits and vegetables, no junk food like fried food, and no sugary foods like cookies and chocolates. You can treat yourself here and there, of course, but don't make it part of your routine. And I also think that exercising is very, very important.
Hmm. How do you exercise and how often do you exercise?
I exercise by going to the gym, which is where I run on the treadmill and lift weights to tone and grow my muscles, which is super important to me. Usually, I work out for around 1 hour each time and try to go at least 5 times a week. How about you? What's your favorite way to exercise?
I do like going to the gym, but I enjoy it best when I mix it with going to classes like Zumba and Pilates classes. It's a great mix and it means that I don't get bored. Another thing that I'm trying to do as well as exercising is drinking way more water. It helps to keep you more energetic, helps your skin be clearer, and generally helps your health in a lot of ways. How much water do you drink in a day?
Let me think. Usually, I aim for 2.5 liters of water a day, and I like adding lemons and strawberries to my water to make drinking more exciting because drinking only water every day can get a little bit boring. And one thing that I'm working on right now is having a very healthy sleep routine. Right now, I'm only sleeping for around 4 hours a night, and it's been making me feel very tired throughout the day. What about you? How many hours do you sleep?
I try to sleep for about 8 hours, but sometimes it's longer and sometimes it's shorter. The key is to sleep at the same time every night and wake up at the same time every morning so that you can build a routine. But you brought up an interesting point about feeling tired throughout the day. That's definitely something that I'm struggling with. I feel like my energy levels are low all the time, and I'm not sure what to do to help boost my energy. Do you have any tips for that?
Yeah, do you drink coffee in the morning?
I do. Actually, I think I drink about 3 cups of coffee a day.
Wow, that's a lot, but I do know some people that can drink up to 7 cups of coffee. So I don't know what to tell you. I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing that you drink so much coffee, but maybe you should try not drinking coffee for like a week and see if your energy levels improve. Do you think that's something that you could do?
I did read in a study once that drinking coffee gives you a lot of caffeine, which can make you feel like you have a lot of energy at the time, but it really interrupts with your sleep schedule. So, for example, if you drink coffee at 6 p.m., you'll struggle to sleep. And maybe that's the reason why you don't actually get enough sleep. Do you drink a lot of coffee too?
Yeah, not too much. Sometimes I'll drink 1 cup. On another day, I'll drink 2 cups. Sometimes I can even drink 5 cups if I have a lot of things to do that day. But, my energy levels don't change too much when I drink coffee. I think I'm just so used to it now that it just doesn't impact me that much, which is probably not a good thing. What do you think?
I don't think that's a good thing at all. I think, as well as coffee, energy drinks is a problem. Yeah, sure, you might get energy in the moment, but it can really affect the quality of your sleep, not just the quantity. So that's definitely something that I think you should work on.
Yeah, I think we should both stop drinking coffee for a little while and see how it affects us.
So, what do you think is a good age for girls to start wearing makeup?
Hmm. I think it depends on the kind of makeup that they're wearing and the purpose, you know.
Mm.
Because to me, it seems like there are two different kinds. They're young children, young girls. young children who wear play makeup.
Yeah.
You know, it's a toy. It washes off easily,
Yeah.
garish colors, very mild on the skin, and it's, you know, literally just coloring in their face.
Yeah.
It's not, you know, enhancing their features or trying to look, as society thinks, beautiful. You know, they're not covering up any pimples or spots. You know, it's not like that. It's just coloring in their face, trying to look more like a princess. And I have a 6-year-old daughter, and she loves makeup. She has her own like toy makeup,
Yeah.
and she asks permission to wear it, and I let her wear it. I've bought some for her. I make sure that she can only do it if she has a clean face and clean hands, and that she washes it off properly at the end, and that she tidies it away afterwards.
That's good.
She's actually on her final warning, because she used to leave it out, and I've warned her I will throw it in the bin. Because I have a toddler, and she wants to see what her big sister's doing, and she wants to play with it, so she grabs it and makes a mess everywhere. So, yeah, 6-year-old is on her final warning. So, I guess to answer your question, my 6-year-old is wearing her play makeup already. So, it doesn't bother me.
How old were you when you started wearing makeup?
Wow. I love makeup, and that's probably where my daughter got it from. I wanted to wear makeup from a young age, the way my daughter does. I wasn't allowed. It was forbidden. And I first actually managed to buy a secret lipstick when I was about 9 or 10.
Secret lipstick?
Yeah, I had to hide it from my mum. And she would only let me wear lip gloss when I was that age. And I wasn't allowed to wear any lipstick, so I had to buy a secret one. And I was always so interested in my grandmother's makeup and my mum's makeup as well, but she never really wore much. She has a very simple sort of beauty routine. I'm much more interested in it than she is. She ever was. So I don't know where I inherited that from, but my daughter's definitely inherited that from me. So maybe because it was forbidden for me, that's why I was drawn to it more.
Makes it more tantalizing.
I think so. That could be it. But yeah, it's a real hobby for me. I really, really love it. I wish I had more money to purchase more. You can never have enough.
Never have too many lipsticks.
I know, it's true.
What do you think about boys wearing makeup?
If they want to wear makeup, then they should. Like, it annoys me, this horrible idea and concept of like men and boys have to be manly. Like, what is manly? For me, makeup is an art. It really is. It's artistry. And if they're feeling bad about their skin, the way I feel bad about my skin, right? If I have pimples or spots, I'm lucky. I get to just cover it up with like foundation and concealer, bit of blusher. It makes me feel better. But you know, if there's like a boy who has, you know, going through teenage years and he's got bad skin and he wants to cover it up, and his macho friends catch him wearing it, or whatever, people in school catch him wearing it, and it can be a really bad situation for him, and I think that is awful. It is really, really terrible. I think boys should wear makeup as they like. I actually follow quite a lot of makeup artists on social media, and I look at many, many pictures of different products and the art that they produce, and I follow male makeup artists as well, and the skills they have are unbelievable. The blending skills,
Contouring.
yeah,
Oh my goodness.
the blending skills, and like covering up, you know, basically just like covering up their whole face and putting a new face on top of it.
It's pretty impressive.
It's really impressive. It's so amazing. I would really enjoy a makeup lesson from from some of the artists that I follow on different social media sites.
Absolutely.